all had plenty of opportunity to have input on it. The plan is not set in stone. This is a plan. Plans evolve, plans change. And to simply be like the Republicans 2 weeks ago with the bailout, don't pass it, that's ridiculous. We need to figure out how to work together. So what I would really encourage is, what we heard from RM Design is there are certain design features that are necessary for a downtown plan in order to get grant money so that we are not shelling out the $10 million, but we collectively, as citizens of the state and the county, are making this place better. And as I said in my earlier remarks, tourism is the end-all and be-all of our community. When we have tourists frequenting our businesses, then we who live here can actually stay here full-time, year-round, and it improves all of our lives. So that's what I would like you to take into consideration. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Julie Varan, followed by John Bauer. John H. Brown.
As I said before, my family has lived in downtown Omaha since 1971. And before that, the family had a lot of retail experience on both sides, including such things as large blocks in retail in downtown in various western cities. So there's just a very, and small rural village stores as well. So there's a lot of kitchen table retail knowledge, and plus I did run a retail business for 10 years. And we need walkability here to reduce the number of unrented retail spaces here. If you walk around and look carefully, you'll see way too much. We need walkability. We do need parking, and I do think that and we need the bicyclists too, because thousands of them come down the coast every year. They're from all the countries in the world. It's mainly the direction of the bicyclists because of the prevailing wind is mostly south. I've stopped and talked to them in various places, like Elk and so on. And it's just really thousands of dollars that come through here as well, because they have backups in the form of big vehicles, their families, the crews from the companies and so on. They're spending a lot of money, they're staying at the motels. So we do need the bike path just to show them that they're welcome here. And also make it safe for everyone. We also, as far as people coming up from the city, they mostly come in past Jenner and so on. And all that way, they're driving along and they really want to stop someplace. We want to make it as easy as possible for them to stop. The streetscape as it's currently designed will make it easier for people who haven't been here before or who don't come here very often to know where they can get off the road so that they can stop, so that they can stay in our motels and hotels, so that they can eat in our restaurants, and so that they can buy things at the shops in those currently empty commercial spaces. And right now there are 3 main property owners who pretty much divide up the town, and all of them plan to develop in the future. If we don't get this streetscape that's grant funded, they will eventually, they or the developers or their successors, will have to hungle up for normal, ordinary curbs, gutters, and sidewalks, because that's what's included in most developments. It's required. And so it's a benefit to them to have a streetscape now, so they won't have to do that later on their own nickel. And also, if each of the 3 large property owners in alphabetical order, that's the Bowers, the Edmonds, and the Sunstroms, if each of them could come up with 1/3 of the parking that would have to be removed from Highway 1, it would really, really help. It would help them too. The Walla Redwoods property, there are 2 planned developments in the Walla Town Plan, one right over here and one on the other side of the highway. And both of those have been run past the community and pretty well received. is that I would like to speak up for extending the underground over to the Williamses, even though that's just one private home, because it would link the two proposed developments by Willow Redwoods and make it easier for them to develop, because they will still have to do their own undergrounding in the planned development areas. But if those are linked, it would be really good. Also, it would tie in with the current streetscape, because it would begin where the gateway that our RM has designed begins, and would eliminate the wires that now make it difficult it spoils the view from one of the hotels, and it makes it difficult for people who are building up on the ridge, who are building modular homes, to get them up there, because there's a utility lines across there that have to be circumvented. And so I think that it would be really nice if the county could help with that. But also, that they could, in the meantime, they have been found, they could make some of that land right over in there available for parking. And also, the Sunstrums have already apparently come forward with some ideas for parking. Mr. Bauer has a